friends, and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. I'm a Gemini with ADHD and I don't like to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So everything that I cook and I make is affordable, it is fast, and it is super budget friendly for my family. So this week I have 4 different meals to show you all. I will try and make sure that I have a time stamp in the description box below for you all, as well as the cookbook that I did use for one of these recipes, and the Pioneer Woman dishes that you all see and everything like that. Just check my description box down below. The whole reason I started doing the What's for Dinners is to give myself some accountability, to get myself in the kitchen and to cook for my family. If y'all are new here, I told you all that 2021 I was doing a bit too much door dashing and spending way too much money. So I've started doing a monthly grocery haul and using all of those items in the grocery haul for weekly meals. I do tend to kind of overcook, so we have additional meals where I have a couple days off and don't have to cook. So go ahead, jump in your kitchen and get ready for some fast, affordable meals. So starting off with Monday night, I pulled a recipe from the Pioneer Woman's Easy Cookbook, I believe it's called. It was sold out at Walmart, but I was lucky enough to find it at Amazon. I will try and link it below for you all. All of her meals are pretty easy, super simple, and they are just hearty, delicious meals. Absolutely love them. So here I'm cutting my onion, and I actually learned this way of cutting so you don't end up crying off of TikTok. Apparently, if you cut the root, that's what makes you cry. Now, I did tear up a little bit, but this was nothing compared to what it typically is. So, nice little tip in the kitchen, y'all. If you don't feel like bawling your eyes out, just don't cut the root of the onion. So, to my pan, I'm going to go ahead and drizzle a little bit of olive oil and let that heat up. Like I said, this is a super easy meal to make from the Pioneer Woman cookbook called Tamale Pie. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and add my onions. I'm going to go ahead and cook them until they're kind of like on that clear side of things. And then I'm going to throw in my ground beef. If y'all have not invested into these little meat mashers, I highly suggest this be a staple in your kitchen. I know it's like totally random, but you can get them for like $5 or $6 at Walmart. I'll link one down below for y'all. But this is like such a game changer. I feel like I'm less messy ever since I had this. Like, still messy, but not as bad. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, add my seasonings. You can do whatever your heart desires, as always. I'm gonna just do my Redmond's salt. This salt is absolutely amazing for your body. It is not like a table salt or anything. I'll also have that link down below for y'all. If you have thyroid issues, this was a salt that my doctor actually recommended, and my whole family uses it. We absolutely love it. Here I'm going to add a little bit of onion powder. I just like to season things up. If you guys have been with me for a while, that you know that I used to be really scared of seasonings, but I've kind of gotten over that. So the last seasoning that I added was some garlic powder. From there, I'm going to go ahead and put my paper towel into my pan to go ahead and collect any excess grease. Next, the recipe called for a packet of taco seasoning, or of course you can make your own seasonings if you like. I just had this taco packet on hand, so I went ahead and added that in. Now, you don't add water with it. It called for just 1 packet and then a can of the enchilada sauce. I don't know about y'all, but I tell you what, enchilada sauce has been kind of hard to come by. After making this recipe, we fell in love with this dish that my next grocery haul, I had picked up a bunch of cans to have in backup for my upstairs and downstairs pantry, and it was selling out like crazy. So anyways, I digress. Mix that up, let that simmer for a bit. completely off topic, but I was thinking with this particular dish, if you did a beef chorizo, I think is how you say that, mixed in with it, I think it would be really good as well. When I do like taco night or what have you, I've been mixing ground beef and beef chorizo together, and it has been absolutely delicious. So just a little thought, if you wanted to add a little bit extra to the meal, if you have this cookbook, you definitely could do that, and I would definitely suggest using that chorizo. So in the recipe, it actually calls for buttermilk. I don't know about y'all, but that is not something that I keep on hand. So I happened to just Google a recipe to make my own buttermilk. And this ended up working. It worked out just fine. So I just took my regular lactose-free milk, and then I just added some vinegar to it, and that did the trick. And then I got to continue on with making the topping to this tamale pie. So thinking back, I don't have the cookbook in front of me, but I want to say that her recipe called for a different kind of corn than what I had on hand. So I went ahead and just used about 3/4 of a can of this cream styled corn, and it worked out just fine. I also added a can of diced chili to the mix, and I did go ahead and drain the juice and then chucked it right in there. Next, I added a heaping full of jalapenos to the mix, and I did drain the juice on that as well. And this way, I kind of snuck it into the dish. If you see the little picture over there on the recipe, it shows it as decorative purposes, but I just went ahead and threw it right into the batter and just mixed it all together, and y'all, it was absolutely delicious. Okay, so did she call for this much cheese? Absolutely not. Did I go overboard with the cheese? Absolutely not. We love cheese in this house. It was so delicious. Add that extra cheese. Live your best life. I'm promising you, it is totally worth it. It was so flippin' delicious. Like, I would literally eat this just as a side of bread with any other meal. Like, not as a topping. This was 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Now once you get everything combined and ready to go, spray your dish. I honestly have no idea what the size of this dish is. It's just a Pioneer Woman dish. You're going to go ahead and put your ground beef mixture on the bottom, and then you're going to go ahead and top it with, you guessed it, some more cheese. Now, of course, you don't have to go as heavy on cheese as I did. You do you, boo. It's your kitchen. Make your heart happy however you need to. So from there, after you go ahead and, go ham with the cheese, we're going to go ahead and add the topping. Next, you're going to go ahead, pop it into your preheated oven at 400 for about 30 minutes. This is what it looks like after it has baked for a bit. I did go ahead and let that cool for in about, 10 minutes before we dug into it. It was so flippin' good. We went ahead and topped it with some sour cream, green onions. You could do more cheese if you wanted, even an avocado. But anyways, highly recommend the Tamale Pie from the Pioneer Woman cookbook. Again, check my description box down below. If I can find it, I will definitely link it. It is definitely a go-to now in our house. On Tuesday night, I did things a little bit different. We did a ravioli chicken lasagna. This was absolutely amazing. So to my Instapot, I went ahead and added like 4 chicken breasts. I'm finally getting the hang of this. One little thing that I wanted to tell y'all that I have been doing is I've been sneaking in some turmeric and some ginger into our chicken when we have been doing some cooking. So go ahead and cook your chicken however the Instapot tells you to cook your chicken. I'm telling you, this is another staple item to have in your kitchen. It just makes life so much easier. The other thing I wanted to show y'all is the KitchenAid attachment to do cheese. All you do is you flip that bad boy on, push down, boom, a freshly grated cheese. This was something my husband got me. And one, you're saving money on buying blocks of cheese, and two, it's fresh and delicious. Anyways, to your pot, we're gonna go ahead and add some cream of chicken. I use 2 cans in total for the cream of chicken, and then I do fill my can up with about half the can worth of milk and add that to the mixture. If you want to add a little bit extra milk, maybe closer to a can, you definitely can. And then I add probably about a tablespoon of butter. Y'all know me, I'm the worst at measuring anything. So anywho, go ahead, stir that up, get it into a nice like gravy-like mixture, and go ahead and saute that up, add some pepper, whatever seasonings you would like. All you're gonna do is just let that marry together. While that's simmering together, I'm going to bring you over to my mixing bowl. I add 1 box of cornbread stuffing, or you could do chicken flavored stuffing, whatever you like. And I just kind of prepare it the way the box says so. Another staple item to have in your kitchen is this thermometer, making sure that your meat is up to temperature, and it was. So I'm gonna go ahead, pull out my chicken and shred it up. So after I've shredded the chicken, I just go ahead and chuck it right into my gravy mixture. To my pan, I'm going to go ahead and spray it and put down all of my stuffing for the bottom layer. Just kind of think of it like what you would do for a regular lasagna. Here you would put like the ricotta cheese or what have you. Do that with your stuffing. And from there, we're going to go ahead, and this is when we're going to start adding our cheese ravioli. Just go ahead, put that down, and then on top of this, you're going to go ahead and add the gravy chicken mixture. Now if you want, you could go ahead and just add the gravy and keep it separate from the chicken, but for me it was just easy to chuck it all into one pot and start layering everything up. For cheeses, I did a mixture of sharp cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese. So go ahead and continue to layer. If you wanted to make extra stuffing and layer more layers of stuffing and ravioli with cheese and gravy chicken mixture, you definitely could do that. So what I want to go ahead and do is just foil it up with a pan in case it bubbles over. Pop it into my 370-degree oven for an hour and 10 minutes, and this is what she looks like. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know why I don't have a plated up picture of it, but y'all, it was so delicious. I mean, you could use regular lasagna noodles, but this was perfection. On to Wednesday night. This is one that I do believe I have shown you all before. Now, this was a panic type of dealio. I'd actually planned on using my sweet Hawaiian rolls, but they were, well, let's just say they weren't up to par. We couldn't use them. So I luckily had some pizza dough and backup, so I went ahead and made a Stamboli for us this particular night. So just go ahead and roll out your pizza dough and then top it however you want. I did season it with some garlic, oregano, and all of that, and I'm just using some salami, some pepperoni, and I had some provolone cheese, and I just went ahead and topped this with some provolone cheese. Now, I always recommend doing all of this on a parchment paper because it makes it super, super easy when you go to roll this up. So just put it on your parchment paper and start rolling it up. I'm actually filming a TikTok here, so that's why there's like some stopping and delaying and all that good stuff. Make sure to follow me on TikTok at HOTMESSMOMMA4 because I do all kinds of goofy stuff over there. Anyways, go ahead and make sure to pinch that all together, the ends, the middle part, and everything. And then we're going to do, I believe it's called an egg wash bath on here. All that an egg wash bath is just one egg, and then you can add a little bit of water, mix it up, and then coat your dough with it. If you want to add any additional seasonings on the outside, you definitely can do that, such as oregano, garlic, onion powder, whatever your heart desires. So this is what it looks like completely finished. It was so delicious. We just added some fries, some little mandarin oranges. It was absolutely delicious, and of course it gave us leftovers. We had a ton of leftovers. So on Thursday night, this is one that y'all have seen in the past. It is just egg noodles, a couple cans of chicken, and some cream of chicken. This is again something that I've made in the past, and I just top it with some Ritz crackers and butter. It was actually my youngest 16th birthday this night, and this is what they had requested. So I will try it and link below the video where I show y'all that I am making it. So that is all for this week's What's for Dinner. It made a ton of leftovers, which your girl absolutely loves. It took us into Friday and the weekend, and hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to stay tuned for more weekly What's for Dinners every Sunday, typically at 10:15 a.m. but I think I'm going to start trying to post them a little bit later in the evening. But anyways, friends, that is all for today, and until next time, kisses from Kentucky.